Yakir and Chatzois and Zman Tvila and Zman Krishma and all the beautiful things like that. Okay, so the Gemara that zelt Amaisa, the Gemara that zelt Amaisa, talking about the things of Al-Osad Lovoi, and it's the Haftorah of this week's Parsha, which is from the Shiva de Nechemta. It says in the Pasuk, when Mashiach will come, the Samte Chadkot Shim Shoysayich, which a Pasuk Pshat means that Eibishter is going to make, that the windows are going to be unbelievable. It's going to be the window. The mokum where the Shemesh comes in will be mamish, will be like a gemstone, and v'shorayich, and the gates to the Yiddish houses, the Yiddish cities, will be la'avnei ektach, will be made from avnei ektach, which is special avonim, and v'chol gvulach avnei chayfetz, that wherever Yidden are going to be, that the avonim are going to be avnei chayfetz, of beautiful things. So the Gemara has a machloikis, that there were two. The Gemara says there were two malachim that argued about, and Yesheminim that it was two amiram that argued. What is a pshat kadkoit? So there was a machloikis that in other words the Eibush is going to make the windows made out of a special diamond,
a small diamond that is
moiridik diamond.
Yeah.
So one said there was a diamond that was shoyam, and one was yoshvei. So they asked the Rebbeinu Shalom, the halach is like who? Like the Michael or Gabriel. So the Eibush said, you know what? Lehev v'kadein v'kadein. Funny Gemara. Now let it be. You know what? Michael is arguing, Gabriel is arguing. What's the big machloikis? You're right, and you're right, and you're also right in Gendik. Let them both be right. Why do we have to argue? So the Gemara says that's a pshat kad koid. Kad koid means a double, will be this way and that way. The Alter Rebbe has a beautiful biur about this. The Alter Rebbe says that Shoyim v'Yoshvei are the two stones from the 12 stones that are on the Choshen HaMishpat. And one is Yosef HaTzadik and the other one is Binyamin HaTzadik. And the Alter Rebbe says that that's the of Tzadik Elyon v'Tzadik Tachten. And each one has a mila. Tzadik Elyon has a mila, and Tzadik Tachten has a mila. It's Yosef HaTzadik is Tzadik Elyon. Binyamin HaTzadik is Tzadik Tachten. And the machloikis was, which avoid is a better avoid? The avoid of Yosef HaTzadik or Binyamin? So, no, a little different. The Alter Rebbe says, a moshel, that two people are on a mount. The one that's on the top could walk down very fast. You can go zooming down. The one on the bottom, Takrich Haruf. So the shaila is, are you coming down the mountain or are you going up? Which Bemis is, Navoidus Hashem, when there's a yichud, the mashpia mekabel, there could be in two ways. There could be that the mashpia lowers himself down. So if the mashpia lowers himself down to the mekabel, it's much easier. Shumi will catch you up quickly. There was a machloikis with two malochim. Gabriel and Michal. The pasuk says, Mashiach will come. There's going to be a beautiful gemstones in every Jewish house. The shaila is which gemstone. Michal said Yeshoyam, and Gabriel said Yoshvei. And they asked David said Kadein v'Kadein. Let it both be good. So the Alter Rebbe explains Shoyam and Yoshvei is the gemstone of one is of Yosef HaTzadik and one is Binyamin. And what's the difference of Yosef and Binyamin? Because the Zohar says that Yosef is Tzadik Elyon and Binyamin is Tzadik Tacht. What does it mean Tzadik Elyon and Tzadik Tachten? You go today to the bagel store, they right away call you a Tzadik. Today is you're already a Tzadik. Right away a Tzadik. Tzadik, which bagel do you want? So that's Tzadik Tacht.
They call you Tzaddik.
Yeah. So what Tzadik Elyon, the Alter Rebbe says like this: the idea of tzaddik means is kashrus, to connect. Yosef HaTzadik is binyan of Yesod. So the question is: are we connecting the mashpia to the makabel or the makabel to the mashpia? Is the mashpia coming down the mountain, sliding down the mountain? If you have it going skiing, right? It takes only 2-3 minutes to get from the top to the bottom of the mountain, but to get up, Even if you go on a ski lift, it takes 20 minutes to get up. So to get down the mountain, go very fast. But there's a mile going down because 2 minutes you're down. So if the mashpia has to come down, 2 minutes he come down. But if the makabel has to go up, schlep up. What does it mean? Avodas Hashem. It means he has to become roy to go up. It's not easy. So the mila of Yosef is that he brings down an unbelievable gilim malamayla very fast. Elamai, the chesoron is that the makabel lavdaf gezroi. The mila binyamin is that he works with the makabel to make him roi, but it takes one step at a time and he goes up very slowly. So, but there's a mile in each one. So the machloikas of Gavriel and Michal, the two malachim was which mile is the bigger mile for the Yidden Yosef Lovin? Which gemstone is the better gemstone? Why does it have to be a better? Why can't the Eden have both gemstones? Because you can't. You're going up or you're going down. You can't go both ways. You have a road. You're going this way, you're driving that way. You can't drive both ways at the same time. Right? You're going up or you're coming down. You can't go up and down the Zabatzait. So that's why it was a machloikis. What are they going to have the Eden? Which diamonds are they going to have? Shoyim or Yoshmi? You can't have both. The Eibishter heard that the Malachim are arguing, and the Eibishter said, what are they arguing about? Which the Eibishter said, Mitzad the Koyach of the Eibishter, they can have both together. You can have both milas put together. That's why the Eibishter said, Lai Rabbi Kadem V'Kadem. You can have both gemstones.
There's going to be a lot of people.
Huh?
There's going to be a lot of people. So you can have some people this and some people what?
Oh, that doesn't sound that way.
I know that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
It could be together. It's very easy to say that also.
I know. I hear. But the explanation the Alter Rebbe gives in the Torah is not that way, that every Jew has both milas. But I mean, and also in the Gemara, when the Gemara says that the Eibush said l'kadein v'kadein, it sounds like that it's every person is going to have both. Right. Okay, let's read it inside. Samti chadkut shem shesayich v'sharayich lavnei ekdach v'chol gvulech lavnei chayfetz masayim v'chol v'nayich l'modeh Hashem v'raf sholom v'nayich shazeh shem raf toyre shal shavazut ma'amei v'zeh b'maymorim ha'pirish v'zeh ha'pimayim ha'b'gemoreh t'pli getrei malachim v'me'ekia. There were two angels that had a machloikus. Gabriel and Michal v'amar lo b'nesifta da'ar echad omar shoyim v'chad ha'mayoshvei. That there's going to be a gemstone in every Jewish house. Which gemstone is each Yid going to have? One malach said Shoyim, another one said Yoshvi. I'm like,
both of them gemstones.
Oh, so that's the question. What difference does it make? Now, when we learn the Maimah, we're going to understand. Amla Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Eibush said, you know what? Let them both be right. V'zeu samti chad koid. Twice. The word chad koid means kadein v'kadein. והנה, יוד ושמתי קטקד, כל הזמן לא עשו לה בשעוזי העולם ולמעלה כמו שבתחילת סבריה, גם שבתחילת סבריה העולם הלא עם ניברה, כמו שכזו ואלה תל שם בארץ תל לשמאלי, even though the Abishah created the world, it was a perfect world, Mashiach will come, will be even more than that. כמו שנו, אלה תל לשפרץ, תל לשמאלי, ותל לא עשו לה, ולמעלה ואלה תל שם בארץ שבתחילת סבריה, לכן כדאי כל עניין המגלות הרצויים, יריד הזאת צריך עלייה. It's כדאי to have the יריד and have the bigger עלייה. על זה מה לא עשו לה, וישיר העולם בתחת השלם, אז יסעדתי, עד כוי. The shimshir sayich, the word shemesh or loshin shemesh. The window is called shimshir sayich. Why is a window? Today in Hebrew, a window is called chalon.
Shmasha.
Huh?
Shmasha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shmasha is the glass.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, very good. I didn't realize that's called. So the Rebbe says, why is it called Shimshir Sayich? What is it called? The glass in the window?
Shmasha.
Shmasha. Why is it called? Because it's Meloshin Shemesh, that the Shemesh comes through it.
So racha.
These windows are going to be made to Malavonim Toivus. Bizarre Plukta, Chadam Hashem, Chadam Yoshri. Kadosh Baruch Hu Amar Laheve Kadem V'Kadem Shazamut Shiyud of Samti Katkoid Yeh Begashmias. Chen Ayud B'Sharech Avnei Ekta Chogulach Avnei Chaitzitz. That's all going to be Begashmias. That Yid are going to have unbelievable wealth. Tzarech Lahavim Mekim Glas Lavi Ya'alam Elam Aviyas V'Kresh B'Tchilas Abriya Ma Amayla Shiyu Oz V'Samti Katkoid Begashmias. What's the big v'avshu b'vadi you calling yonim elo gambruchnis? Harei mizeh she'im mikro yotzim de pshutim umen shekim yud zeh yir gam begashmis. Has to be there also begashmis. Every Jew is going to have in the house, just like in the Tevis Noach, there was a diamond, and the diamond was shining. We're not going to have LED lights. We're not going to have incandescent lights. We're going to have a psazacha diamonds, and it's going to shine. Begashmis. Why? The Gemara says in that story that there was a Talmud that was laughing at Rabbi Yochanan. And then the Gemara says that he was once on a boat, and he's choza malach yashar as the yasser tanasri abonim tevis margolis, and he realized that Rabbi Yochanan was right, because the Talmud said that today there's not a diamond that's even as big as an egg. It doesn't exist today. One of the biggest diamonds in the world is kept in London. That was kavua, and one of them, Ksonu of the Malachim. You could pay about £50, and you could to see it. And then you go on a conveyor belt, and you're moving. They're the security there is crazy security, and you could see all the Ksorim from all the Malachim of England, and over there they have the world's what's known to be as the world's biggest diamonds. But there isn't even one diamond that's big as a kabetza. So the Rebbe Yochanan's Talmud laughed. He said, "How could you say that?" Allah said, "Lovoi, there's going to be huge. That the Jewish house will be like diamonds by the door, two big diamonds, and on top of the diamonds is going to be the top mashkef from the door is going to be standing on two diamonds. That's not it does in this world. There isn't a diamond that's so big." So the Gemara says that this Talmud was on a boat, and he saw from the boat malachim were chiseling into
some Talmud, huh?
yeah, some Talmud, yeah, and he says so he realized that it's true. So from the Gemara's mashma, that it's begashmis. Why? Because if it's beruchnis, why was he laughing? If I tell you that Mashiach will come, the Jews beruchnis will be very rich. Mamish are going to have nachas of the children as big as a diamond from here till Texas. You wouldn't laugh. Okay, they have a lot of nachas. Veloshin Guzma. When the Talmud was laughing, he said, "Begashmis, we don't have today in the planet Earth a diamond as big as a kabetza. What are you telling me? There's going to be huge diamonds." So when the Gemara says that later he saw Malach Eshoris, so it's mashma that the Gemara is trying to say also begashmias. In came behechrich lemishin yonim gam begashmi.
They said, who is the name of this Talmud? If you see Malachi Ashar, it has to be.
Yeah, that's a big Talmud. Dim loike madua hoyotzori ech laaretz yonim ech begashmis. So the Rebbe says it has to mean that it also means begashmis, that every Jew is going to be unbelievable wealth begashmis. Eine move and loma eine maspek en yonim beruchnis. V'tzirich Mashiach v'samti ad koid begashmis. What's not good that it's happening also beruchnis? Why do we need katkoid also begashmias? Today, every Yid wants gashmias because we live in a gashmias world. Or Mashiach will come. The other day, Stam, I walked by. He tells me, "I give you a bracha. You should be so rich you can be able to support Lomdei Torah." So I asked him, "Why are you giving me a bracha that I should be rich? I should be able to support Lomdei Torah. Give me a bracha. I should be a ben Torah." Yeah, let the other guy support me. So it's like in people's minds, this is the biggest bracha. He meant to give me a big bracha. I'm not complaining, but the question is, Mashiach will come. We're going to laugh at this. He's saying, "Give me a bracha that I should be reich v'koirach." I don't need that. Give me a bracha that should be beruchnius. But still, ein mikra yotzei v'debshutei. Even though the Alter Rebbe is going to give a biur niflo about Tzaddik Elyon and Tzaddik Tachten and the connection of Tzaddik Elyon with Tachten. But the Rebbe says that ein mikra yotzei v'debshutei. Every Jew is going to have a house, and in the house is going to be hanging diamonds that are going to glow like the day. That in the middle of the night, it's going to look like the middle of the day. So why is it so important the Gashmi is to have such diamonds? Heute Lavin, the Hine, Mashano, Santa Kat Kadesh and Gimel Dagas. Shem Yoshua, have a Kadem Kadem, Zamov and Gam Mashal Achkach, Shrek Lav Nekta, Hogolach Lav Nechetz, Hovanach, Lamud Hashem, Kolachem, Gimel Menyonim, Kol Gimel Dargis. Sarach Lav and Hechem Rum is called that. What's the Indian of all this? Be it Indian, you have Apimashkos of Apima, Mavur, Badrushim, Hefresh, Ben Shem Yoshua. Shem Yoshua, Mavon Shela Chosh. Al Shoyam, Hoyachok, Shem Yosef, Val Yoshua. Hoyachok Shem Ben Yom. V'chol even Hoyshach LaShevet Shochok Kolov. Is that moving Shehefresh Ben Shem Ben Yoshua or Hefresh Ben Dargis Yosef or Ben Yom? Yosef in Yonim Shachem Alamaylamata. Ben Yonim in Yonim Alamamata Lamayla. The Yosef with Tzadik Elyon Shetzadik Moira Liskashrus and Mashvir Makabel. Und because of Tzadik Hashem Tzedakah Zoyer, Shum Mashpia Lamandalas Limga make plum. The Abish is that Tzadik because he gives tzedakah. Because he gives to people that have nothing. Am Yonah Yosef will loy Tzadik Stam al Tzadik Elyon. Sheskash the mashpil makabel shel Yosef even the mshachem l'mayla lamata. The Yosef who mamshachem b'chin l'chenalas of lamata mata. Pisa move mashmove. Bekama drushim. When again l'inyan mshachem the Yosef apostle of Yosef hored Mitzrayim. V'chayre ef shalom v'orayim psukim achirim. But be it now moving. The bezer roitzim lavar in Yonah shel Yosef shnimshach madrega achig gvoye v'nimshach ad lamata mata. The Indian of Yosef Tzadik Elyon means that he brings from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. That's why the in the Maamarim Elul they bring the pasuk of Yosef Hurid Mitzrayim. So Yosef Tzadik came to a pit to the lowest place. The Yosef of Lamalam this Shu Yisoid Akim Avur B'Toyres Chayim B'Soifei. The Yosef Hurid Mitzrayim Erves Aretz Shemadereg Achit Tachtoin the Zeh Yonah Shel Yosef. Mishachem Alamalam Mata Mata. On the Binyamin in Yono, Allah Mamata Lamayla, Dina Shagam in Yono Mashu Tzadi, Vaniskashu, so Tachnim Elyon, Shere, Yosef, Binyamin, Moy Achim, Achaz, Elosh, Skashu, the Tachnim Elyon, Shabayon, Mefin de Lamata Lamayla, Benafshik, Shura Benafshik, Machanik, Binyamin, Tzadik Tachnim, Zechilish, Yosef, Binyamin, Yosef, Tzadik Elyon, Shachim Lamata, Binyamin, Tzadik Tachnim, Allah Mamata Lamayla, Zogam Hefesh, Shem Beyosh, the Shoyim. Shalom Chokuk Yosef and Yonam Shachim Lamayla B'Shosh V'Shiyona Shalom Chokuk Binyamin Yonam Allah Mata Lamayla. So the difference of these two Shoyim and Yoshua is the difference of Tzadik Elyon and Tzadik Tach. Tzadik means to connect the Mashpia and the Kaaba. Tzadik Elyon means to bring down. That the Mashpia comes all the way down to the Makabel. Tzadik Tach means that he makes that the Tachton should pick up. והנה כל עניין של המיילה צריכים לידי נמשך ליסורס לטאטה שמין יסורס לילה. לכן צריך לומר שאין למשך ולא ישנה גם בעבודה. In our avodas Hashem, there's also a thing. Where's the reflection of this in our avodas Hashem? It's Torah and Tefillah, the Torah mitzvahs. The Torah in Yonam Shachem Alamalata, there's no matter Mam Shachem Apam, Medaber Kol Adver Meila, then Shemam Shachem Apam. Mechodesh Matan Torah Matam Saint Service in Yana Torah Sham Shachem Alamayla Mata, but Avodas Tefillah is Avlo Mata Lamayla. Sulamut Vartz Veresham Geya Shemam in Yana Tefillah. Kuma Mata Lamayla Shalom Madrega Madrega Achu Bishmaneser Betachlis Shalom is Kav the Kameore. But Torah Atzma Gamke Yeshna Gamke Shnei Yana Meila. She'efresh Ben Yisachel Zvun Lem the Torah V'Tamch in the Reise. Kol Yosef Efresh Ben Torah LaMitzvahs. There's also the difference of Torah Tefillah, also the difference of Torah Mitzvahs. Mori Torah, Mori Uvdin Tovin. Mori Torah, Lamayla, Heim Lamayla, Ma'olam, and Poiskim, Echshi, and Oga Be'olam. So, you know, Shachem Lamayla Lamata. Mori Uvdin Tovin is Fakert, and you know, who Allah Mamata Lamayla. Shem Loikhin, and Yonam Shal Uvdin, and Yonam Shal Uvdin the Chayil, Boisim Uvdin Tovin, Shalom Mamata Lamayla. Vedishne Fanim Eila, Poilim, Gamam Shachem Lamayla, Bishne Fanim Eila. So in our avodas Hashem, there is Mori Torah, Mori of the Tavit. Mori Torah, the Yidden that are learning the Torah, they're like Tzadik Elyon, and those that are doing good deeds, that's Tzadik Tach. Mizo Chadom Hashem.
One is in this world, and the other world is not separate. So,
No, he's saying that by us, in our avodas Hashem, there is Socher Zvul, and that Poil L'mayla the Inyan of Tzadik Elyon, Tzadik Tach. זהו אחד המשם, אחד מיושבי, שיש למעלה בעניין שם שוכר, יש למעלה בעניין של יושבי. הלא, למעלה בעניין שם שוכר, למעלה מטה, כדוע, משהו בזה מאחד, שהם מדבר, ושאין נמצא למטה. שרי שיזכר ויחד, איפה שיהיו בשני פנים, אלף שאלגין ירד למטה, בשתח ניאלה למעלה. Cholachem Mishneh Fanameli, Yesh Maila Shem Be'ofen HaSheni. A Maila Diri the Selyan Hu Shem is a Kolak Bolas, the Kasher Atachem Tzarech Lalas La Maila. Yesh was a Kamak Bolas Mitzad HaKoyach Shlat Kamu Yochel Lalas, Mishenke B'Diri the Selyan, Em is a Shumak Bolas, V'Yochel Laredis Ad Lamata Mata, but there is a Beruknis. Sheboifen Allah Melamailo, Memata Lamailo, Yesh Nak Bolas, Mishenke Nam Shachim Lamailo, Em is a Shumak Bolas, V'Yochel Lared Lamata Mata, V'Lidach Gis Yesh Namailo Binyan Yoshvei. Hallo mamata lamayla, hallo mamata lamayla, hu yadeh v'dosse. Das is a ausgehorvete Sach und an eigene Sach. Hat viele shnoise malamayla, ein sin shmat naschinen, kim shenin shloi, v'zo. Lachen yeshna plukta. Now there's a machloikis in between the two malachim. Now you understand why there was a machloikis. Each Indian has a mila that the other one doesn't have. Chad amar shoyam, v'chad amar Yoshvei. So let's recap. Bekitzer. Chaim Tzvi, verstehst? So there's a mile in each way. Each malach said that what he thinks is a bigger mile of a Klal Yisrael. One said the mile of Tzaddik Elyon is that you're going on a hunter mountain, and you take your skis, and it takes you 3 minutes to get from the top of the mountain to the bottom. But if you have to climb up the mountain, it could take you 3 hours. So why should Yidden wait 3 hours and let Tzaddik Elyon press a button and you go flying down Hunter Mountain, and you go all the way Tzaddik Elyon, all the way from the top to the bottom. It's a big mila. But Binyamin, which Tzaddik Tachten says, but there's a different mila. The mila is when a person is gehor of it. It's a eigen azach, it belongs to me. It's like Chazal say, Odom reitze v'kav shelo yotze metisha kavin shel chaveiroi. A person works hard and it belongs to him. It's mine. It belongs to me. I don't want to live in a big palace. I want to live in a little apartment. I work and I earn my money, and I want Uncle Sam to keep his hands out of my pocket. Again, I work really hard. I bake my bread. I wash the gatkis, and I want Uncle Sam to stay in Washington and keep his business to himself, and I keep my business to myself. I don't want to sit. I don't want the government to subsidize anything for me. I want to live in my little house, and then I'm nicht in Kop. Hamish. There's a new mayor. This guy is running. He has big plans. All the homeless are going to live in palaces. But who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for it? That beweist noch nicht.
No, he said he's going to tax the rich people.
Yeah, and he's going to make big grocery stores. Kemoisa Mashiach. There'll be madanim mitzvim ka'ofen. And again, who's going to pay for it? He's not. How are the rich people going to pay for it? If he has his way, there'll be no rich people.
That's exactly the problem. That's where communism failed. Because there's a limit to how much you can take away from the rich people.
Right. Yeah. So there is a mila. Yeah. Besides himself.
Like I say, capitalism does not guarantee that everyone's going to be rich. With communism, does guarantee that everybody's going to be poor.
That's what he wants to do.
Nice. So that's the Ma'ila Tzaddik Tachten. Tzaddik Tachten says, I want to work hard, it's my inyan. Beruchnius, I worked hard, it's my inyan. So each Malach said there's a Ma'ila in his way. The Eibishter said, that the Yidden should have both Ma'ilahs. What's the pshat? That the Eibishter is not mugbal. The Eibishter can make that the Yidden should have both Ma'ilahs at the same time. When you know, then you do a Ma'ilahs kol odem asher kol bal chayim mugdorim bekav echad. Afil b'shnei kavim, al dafka bekavim she'en mafochim. Ashenkin odem, the odem adam elyon yesh bekol hakavim mafochim del hebe kedein v'kedein. A Yid, which is Adam ala elyon, he can have, the Eibishter said, a Yid can have both Ma'ilahs, even though they're opposite Ma'ilahs, together. Because the Eibishter ein lo hakbolus v'haktzavus, v'lchein actually is eskalus m'kol hakavim. The Eibishter says, I am not in a box, and I say that the Yid, every Yid or Mashiach will come, will have both milas, even though the two milas are opposites. One is sliding down the mountains, one is climbing up. But I say that every Yid is going to have both milas. Al derech hamavur binyan oitz shalom amreim ev michol sar shamayim shenyonam shochem alamayla lamata. Gavril sar shalei shenyono alom lamata lamayla. מקום מקום אויס שלום בינם כיוון שלום מייל בשניהם. ועל דרך זו כאן, שידי שקדוש ברוך הוא אמר, דהיינו שם שוכם הקדוש ברוך הוא, שלום מייל מכל הקווים, איפה שלי is כדין וכדין. בצד האבשתה, they can have both miles together. אמנם העניין, דאמר הקדוש ברוך הוא לב כדין וכדין, בוא לאחר הקדומס הפלוגתת, אחד המשם ואחד המיושבי. כי כדי לי is כדין וכדין, צריך ליס מקודם שני קווים נפרוד. ויובן זה כמו שבעבוד, אי אפשר להסך מכל הקווים והסחס. אבל בתחיל לעבוד צריך לי זמן תויר לחוד וזמן תפיל לחוד. שאחר כך שמסעלם עד רגל יוני יוסי יכול קו אחד שלמעלה מכל הקצובס. אחד כתירס קטן, like שמעי חי said, שלמעלה מסחלקס. כמו בדרושן אחד כתירד, שהוא עושה עניין לב וכדין וכדין. So first, it was important that Mesifta the Rakia, Mesifta the Ara, there should be Machloikis. What's up, Shah Machloikis? That the Amoraim, each Amoira had his Maila. One Amoira had the Maila of Tzadik Elyon, and the other one had the Maila of Tzadik Tachten. So first, the Amoraim worked on it, and each one had their own Maila. And then the Abishit said, you know what? I'm going to give them that each one of the Amoraim should have both Mailas put together. And that's the chidush, and that's the pshat of this story. So let's just summarize the pshat of this story. Again, the story is